your eyes now, but I know there's always a way. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything much smoother again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. The connections might be tangled, the power source has lost its spark, but every wire tells a story, and I can mend what's torn apart. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. When the current isn't flowing, when the signals disappear, I'll be here with tools and patience, make the static crystal clear. Every cable, every circuit, every problem that you bring, I'll restore what time has broken, make the whole world sing. So don't you worry about tomorrow, don't you stress about today. I've got maintenance for your troubles, and I'll chase them all away. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and hearts so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. Hey, Daniel, everything's good as you. Hey, Daniel, I'll fix you up for you.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, garbage hail kids, whatever. Welcome. Today is Judge Brian Oakley in his court. So let's get this whole thing started today. Hey, Linda, how are you? Yeah, I'm going to be muting my mic because my neighbor is playing loud music out there. I don't want to get copyrighted. But this is Judge Brian Oakley.
Exhibit number 3 is positive for cocaine, and that is 0.1 grams of cocaine from a food lottery ticket. Exhibit number 4 tested positive for fentanyl, and that was 5.76 grams. People's exhibit number 5 tested positive for cocaine, and that's 12.48 grams of cocaine. People's number exhibit 6 that tested positive for cocaine, and that is regarding the 7.72 grams of cocaine. In regards to number 2, because I can't recall if I stated what that was for methamphetamine, and that was for 60.76 grams of meth. In judgment, introducing these into evidence for purposes of exam only through stipulation of events.
Thank you for the stipulation. Always appreciate the stipulations, fellas. Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's my understanding. And for our first witness, the people call Officer Travis Lopez.
Good afternoon, officer. Raise your right hand. Swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Watch your step on my ramp. When you're ready, Mr. Muhammad.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Officer Lopez. Can you please restate your full name for the record?
Officer Travis Lopez.
Officer Lopez, are you currently employed?
I am
Who's your employer?
City of Westlake Police Department.
And in what capacity are you employed with?
I'm working in the investigation unit.
Okay, and we're looking employed in that capacity on September 12th, 2024.
I was,
Work that day,
I did,
you worked that day by yourself or with a partner? And on that day, you worked in full uniform or modified uniform?
plain clothes.
Okay, and why were you in plain clothes?
That's our uniform.
Okay, and on that day, did you, your duties as a police officer, did you at or near the location of 6353 Middlebelt number 7?
Yes,
Is that located in the city of Romulus County of Wayne?
there's,
What is that location?
we're executing narcotics reform.
Okay, and when you made that location, what did you do?
We detained our suspect at Ryan and searched for him.
Okay, prior to searching the residence, did you not announce?
We did,
Okay, in your search warrant, was it signed by a judge?
it was,
Which judge? Actually, you know what, that's not relevant. And after you knocked and announced, what did you do?
he's through the residence, surrounding the people, and then search for,
Okay, and in regards to this warrant, who was it in regarding to?
Adam,
Okay, and upon making entry to that location, what did you do?
we detained him previous, or prior to,
Okay, who's then?
Adam,
Okay, and you made entry to this home, correct?
correct.
Okay, and what did you do?
I searched the residence.
Okay, and what did you recover, if anything?
In the kitchen, the far east drawer, I located 0.1 grams of crack cocaine, as well as sand.
Say that again. You located what?
Located 0.1 grams of crack cocaine, 2 digital scales, narcotic residue, and sandwiches.
Okay, based on your training and experience as a police officer, what is 2 digital scales along with sandwich baggies indicative of, if anything?
All of this consistent with narcotic skills.
Okay, and did you discover anything else at this location?
I had previous information during the course of our investigation that Adam Ryan keeps narcotics inside of a fake tree, inside of the laundry room.
Judge, I think this is the classic definition of effect on the listener. He learned this information and it's literally affecting him and why he's acting in that manner. He learned from that and that's why he's searching for that information.
Judge, still what you're saying.
And Judge,
And you know, it's not evidentiary hearing, it's probable cause. And so,
And I don't care why he found what he found, where he found it. So just get to what you found and where.
Officer, where did you were finishing your statement, so don't say what another person said, but what did you recover?
We recovered the bulk of the narcotics.
object to what,
We.
I would agree.
I recovered fentanyl and crack cocaine from inside of a fake tree inside of the laundry.
Okay, and was this laundry room inside of the residence?
It was not, it was right outside of the main hallway door. And the laundry room is adjacent room to the department, the Adam Riley's apartment. And it's probably within a foot from his main door.
I'm object to the speculation.
In regards to the distance?
Yes.
Both from the doors?
Yes.
Which I think, yes, personal knowledge, who's there, right?
Yeah, what's the problem with about a foot? Would you rather have me show you how far it was? And then I can say that's about a foot?
I'll leave it alone, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, and what led you search that specific location?
The big tree or the residence,
The big tree.
just from previous information that I received.
Okay. And did you learn from that information who it was supposed to belong to?
Yeah, it's supposed to belong to that.
Okay. And what items did you recover from that big tree that was about a foot away from the residence? What did you recover from there exactly, if you recall?
I recovered crack cocaine, powder cocaine, fentanyl.
Okay, do you know how much in weight those drugs were?
I'll have to refer to those.
Okay, would that help refresh your recollection? Your Honor, may I have yours?
Sure.
Thank you. Please remember you're gonna refresh.
Yes.
Okay, you can proceed with the answer.
I recovered 7.72 grams of crack cocaine, 16.76 grams of methamphetamine, 12.46 grams of cocaine, and 5.76 grams of fentanyl.
Okay, did you recover anything else?
I don't recall.
Okay, but reviewing your report, the report, are you
From the tree?
Yes,
No,
okay. Did you recover anything else from the residence?
I didn't.
What else did you recover?
I recovered 41 Xanax from the bathroom cabinet inside of a full bottle and a Brian's name on
Okay, and how did you know that it was that?
it. Just using a drug test.
Okay, and did you identify those drugs as the Xanax pills when you checked drugs.com?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did do that, okay, so what else did you recover, if anything else?
We recovered 10 oxycodone and acetaminophen, 7 acetaminophen and oxycodone, and 5 slacking strips, 15 narco pills.
Okay, and did you recover anything else?
No.
Okay. And if you don't know this answer, feel free to please just answer what you know. Did you ever perform, you're the officer in charge, correct?
Yes.
And did you perform a maps in regards to the defendant's prescription history?
Sergeant Conklin.
Okay. And you did not, just for the record.
I did.
Okay. Did you recover anything else in regards to the search of the residence?
No.
Okay. And what led you to conduct have a search warrant? What brought your attention to this home and this defendant?
I was made aware that he was selling products.
Okay, and did you do anything to follow up on that firm that he was, or anything in regards to your investigation?
We had controlled bias that was done out of the apartment.
Okay, and did you observe any of these buys?
I did.
Okay, and the individual that was conducting these control buys, do you see that individual in the courtroom today? The individual that was doing these sales?
I did.
Can you please point to that individual and point out an article of clothing that he's wearing?
But he's behind you wearing a blue t-shirt.
Your Honor, please let the record reflect. The witness has identified the defendant.
Noted.
As part of your investigation, did you learn whether or not the defendant was a resident at that location?
I did.
And was he?
Yes.
Okay. At the time of your search warrant, was the defendant present at that home?
He was.
He was inside of the home.
He was outside. He had just walked out of the apartment.
Okay. All right, nothing further at this time.
Mr. Bertram.
Good afternoon, sir. You're, you said you work special investigations, that include narcotics?
And the
How long have you been working narcotics?
bonus
2 years?
3 years, I told.
So you're experienced, in conducting raids and, executing search warrants, correct? Correct. Okay. And did you all do a briefing that day? Before conducting your search warrant?
Yes.
Okay. But you're not the affiant that obtains,
I mean,
you are the affiant? I'm just gonna show you, the, last page of the, if I may approach.
Sure.
I'm just gonna ask you to look at that and tell me that that's your signature, because I couldn't make out the thing.
it is.
Okay, thank you. So you were the one that, in fact, went before the, judge or magistrate and, testified and attested to the facts they in the search warrant, correct? Correct. Okay. I'm not gonna get too deep into the search warrant at this hearing, okay? But how many officers were involved on that team to go execute the search warrant?
I recall correctly, I believe 6.
6. Well, based on your recollection, when you got to the premises, it wasn't the usual type of activity. In other words, you didn't have to kick a door in, correct? You didn't have to make forced entry into the home or into the garage that was also named in the search warrant, correct?
Correct.
When you arrived at the premises, it was not a trap house as we know it, or a place that it appeared once you got inside, people used or anything like that, correct?
Correct.
In fact, the premises were intact, neat, things of that, as you observed, right? In fact, within the premises, you observed his wife, correct?
Yes.
She indicated, and when you came to that door and knocked, waited, and announced your presence, you found that you could walk right in the premises, correct? And at some point, they both provided you keys to open the garage and search garage, correct? Correct. Which is named in the search warrant,
Yes.
correct? And just for the court, the premises that was named in the search warrant, was it a specific apartment, correct?
It was.
And it was located in an apartment complex, correct?
Correct.
And when you go up the stairs and upon entry into that house, you can see the other apartments, right there, across or near the apartment that you in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the laundry room that we're talking about, that's located in a common area, correct?
Correct.
Which all the parties use, which has 2 washing machines, correct?
I don't recall.
Yeah, but there weren't a line of washing machines. Right, right, to see the basements, it's just trying to get a judge an idea. So there was at least 1, 2, 3, 4 apartments. So you got his apartment in one corner, correct?
Correct.
You got an apartment next to his, an apartment door, correct?
I don't remember any of the apartments.
Okay.
Very shelter. I do know right across the hall,
Yeah,
so 83.
okay. Okay. That's not much time on that. I can show you some pictures. definitely help you for sure recollection, but that's just one more time. There were at least two to three other apartments on that floor, correct? Adjacent to his as well as adjacent to the laundry room, correct? Okay. And it's in a common area where everybody had access to, correct? And just for particularity purposes, the place that you eventually searched, that tree that you indicated was located in that line, right? And when you approached the property and went into the house, you didn't go into the line first, correct? You didn't conduct a search in the line first, correct?
The door was open.
Yeah, you didn't conduct a search of the laundry room first, correct? And when you detained or others detained Mr. Riley outside of the apartment building, you didn't find on his person any drugs, correct? No weapons, correct? No money, correct?
I don't know what was going on.
Okay. And he was cooperative, correct? And he wasn't involved in any criminal activity at that particular time, correct? He was talking to another individual, correct? And he was cooperative, told you where you could find his keys upstairs in his house, correct? And he made sure that you all and fellow officers got access to those keys so that you could go open the garage, which was on curtilage of the property, over maybe between 50 to 100 yards away from where he resided, correct? Okay. And at some point, did retrieve the keys from his wife, correct? Who was cooperative, correct? And when you located within that dwelling, first thing you guys did was ask her appropriately, did you have any drugs on the premises, correct? Did you have any weapons, correct?
Yes.
And that was repeatedly asked of her, correct? For obvious reasons, and you made that clear while you were asking, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you made it clear that you were executing the search warrant, correct? So you all had polite exchanges, and that's what I mean, this was somewhat of a different atmosphere, correct? From your usual raid, right?
So
And so, once you detained Mr. Riley outside, he was not brought back into the premises, correct?
I don't recall what was, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Detained and then arrested before you, when he was detained, he was handcuffed and placed in the vehicle before you located any drugs, based on real memory. Yeah. Okay. And at some point, when you went into the premises, you all conducted the search of the premises, correct? You didn't locate any bag of drugs inside his premises, correct?
Located one more into the.
You mentioned that about just that day, but you didn't secure any drugs that you alleged with respect to the cocaine, the amount of cocaine that we just stipulated to, other than the 0.01 or gram of a gram of cocaine. You didn't find any bag of drugs located inside his property, correct? Any drugs that you located were located in the common area, correct? Where others had access, correct? When you searched the property at the garage, went into that garage, you all were able to enter and you conducted a search in the garage, correct? And you didn't find any drugs, weapons, contraband, or anything of that sort that would indicate that there was drug activity in the garage, correct? Even though you had information that certain hand-to-hand transactions took place at or near the garage, from the garage, correct? At that time, you were conducting surveillance?
Correct.
Okay, and at no point in time during that surveillance, did you take a picture of those hand-to-hand transactions, correct?
Correct.
Did you video tape those hand-to-hand transactions, correct?
No, sir.
Nor did you take, record a date, time, descriptions of those transactions, correct?
Correct.
You didn't make any arrests subject as a result of those alleged hand-to-hand transactions, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so other than what you're telling us, that's all the evidence that we have, or ever will have as a result of that surveillance, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you do use binoculars, you use photographs, you use videos through the years, and based on your experience and expertise, that can be used and has been used in other investigations, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and at some point, you and your fellow officers conducted a full-blown search of the property, correct? And other than some sandwich baggies, well, let me just lay a foundation. As part of your search, execution, the search warrant, you file returns to the search warrant, correct?
Correct.
And just for foundation purposes, you do that so that, number one, you can log in the property and have evidence, whatever evidence that you seize, evidencing that search and the fruits of that search, correct?
Correct.
And that's part of your policy and procedure, correct? And that was done on this day, correct? And at the time that you do that, that is to show later that this is what was seized at the time of the search, correct?
Right.
And you all wear body cams, right?
We do.
Body worn cams?
We do.
Okay, and it's normal to use sometimes your body cams or even video your searches, correct?
Correct.
And the place of the search, correct?
Correct.
At the time that you seize drugs, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't know whether that was done at this time. This particular case, because you weren't the person doing the search alone, correct? Correct. Okay. Did you wear your body worn cam
I don't,
during the search?
during the, when we recovered everything,
Search in the house?
I don't recall if I did it or not.
Okay. But if you had it on, you had it on, you had it on.
If I had it on me, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Because that's a policy, right?
No, yes.
Okay. When you entered the house, you didn't find any drugs lying in plain view, correct? Correct. You didn't see any packaging materials. Oh, well, let me rephrase that. You didn't find any evidence or indicia of evidence that would indicate there had been some packaging of the cocaine that day, like plates, razor blades, cutting agents, peels, stuff like that. You didn't find that in plain view, did you?
No.
Okay. So you You didn't find any cash or money laying around other than what you took out his pocket or took off the premises out of his pocket or something like that, correct?
I know we got some money over.
Yeah, $300 and some dollars, correct? But you didn't find any large sums of monies and things like you outlined in your search warrant. Understanding, you didn't find those kind of proceeds that would necessarily could infer this large drug operation going on, correct? And just a couple questions about your affidavit. And because you mentioned 3 controlled buys, correct?
I don't recall.
Okay. You indicated that you just made it clear, I don't really say did something else that you did. You said you observed Mr. Riley in these, well, let me just ask, you never observed Mr. Riley himself during any control by, right? Right. Okay. Any control by is done out of your presence, correct? But you did check your informant coming and going. That ain't perfect, okay. And those controlled buys were not surveyed, correct? By video,
Whoever was,
you don't know what.
I don't recall who was actual surveillance time.
But you weren't,
I was not.
okay. Did you ever conduct surveillance before getting the search warrant?
During the controlled buy.
Yeah, on anything that you attested to the judge to get the search warrant.
I did conduct surveillance on the apartment.
Alright,
I did.
okay, and you don't have any surveillance notes, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't keep any dates and times of those surveillance, correct?
Correct.
Nor did you keep any dates and times to any hand-to-hand direct transactions that you saw from the garage, and I might get there before, right? Right. Okay. I'm almost finished here. Finally, sir, you didn't take down any license plates or make any other arrests involving any third parties, engagement involved.
Correct.
No descriptions of Mr. Riley at that time, nor any other parties involved in those transactions? No, sir. During your attempt to establish probable cause for the judge and the or magistrate, in your affidavit, utilize some historical information, correct? As they do now in establishing probable cause.
I don't recall if it was all right.
Okay, but you do call presenting that to the magistrate, to the judge, correct?
Correct.
You used, in fact, you used a drug conviction over 30 years ago, correct?
Correct.
You used another transaction for conviction of drugs 22 years, correct?
Correct.
And you used one CCW conviction back from 1996, 31 years ago, correct?
Correct.
And finally, you use the conviction, your historical history, criminal history, of conviction over 10 years, right?
Correct.
But you had no arrest or drug convictions of Mr. Riley prior to getting this search warrant within the last 10 years, correct?
Correct.
Nothing for the judge.
Mr. Mohammed,
Officer, in regards to the search warrant for, in regards to the items that were recovered from the location, did you handwrite them at any point?
I did.
Okay, I'm handing you what's been marked as people's post exhibit number 7. You recognize that form? How do you recognize that?
That is the search warrant or
Okay, and does that appear to be a fair and accurate representation of the search warrant return form?
yes.
Does that appear to be altered or manipulated in any way?
No.
And so to the best of your knowledge, is that a fair and accurate representation? Your Honor, at this time, the people would move to introduce the evidence, exhibit number 7, return form.
Judge, I'm just gonna object for the record without getting into it, but I'll object, and I'll establish it later.
all right, I'll allow it.
I'd like to publish the report.
Yeah, give it to Heather, she can mark it. I'll give it. Oh, it's already marked. Okay, go ahead.
Officer, in regards to the Xanax pills, do you recall where those were recovered from?
They were recovered in the academic cabinet. Most.
Okay, and can you describe what that looked like? The Xanax pills?
Object, back of foundation judge, first he has to establish that he was in fact the one that sleeps on it, was in fact the officer.
Okay, I would agree.
Lay some foundation.
Officer, can you recover the Xanax pills?
I did.
And can you describe what you recovered?
There's 4 little Xanax from a whole bottle and around the same one.
Say that, I'm sorry, say that again.
There's 40 little Xanax bars, inside of the whole bottle.
Pill bottle. Thank you.
Okay, and what else did you recover from that location? That,
Correct.
what else did you recover from that?
The time photo and acetaminophen pills and southern acetaminophen oxycodone.
Okay, did you recover anything from the bedrooms?
Spots.
Okay, anything else?
Not that I recall.
When reviewing, when referring to the return form of professional recollection?
Yes.
Is your memory been refreshed?
Yes.
Okay, do you recall any other additional items were recovered from the bathroom?
From the bathroom to the bed.
For the bedroom?
Then we got residency paperwork, Brad Wiley, as well as the cash.
Okay, do you recall how much?
$392.
Okay, how about the kitchen? Do you recall what items were recovered in the kitchen?
It was sales from the or sandwich bags. And the 0.1 grams of crack cocaine.
Okay, and how about
The living room was the 15 rows.
I'm sorry, 15 what?
okay, no further questions.
Mr. Bertram.
When you came in there, your informants or the information that you had came in looking for any drugs that's what you're gonna do, correct?
Correct.
But with particularity, you didn't have any information that he was in the business of selling Oxycontin, right?
Correct.
You didn't have any information or reason to believe that he was selling in the business of selling Xanax, correct?
Correct.
You do find them drugs like that, using for personal use or things of that sort, correct?
Correct.
You didn't find Xanax or Oxycontin packaged or anything like that, like you see when people are in business of possession and intending to live that drug, correct?
I don't recall the other bills were packaged.
Okay. Your informant never indicated that it were drugs, bag of drugs located in his home, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. Questions?
Officer, you step down. Mr. Mohammed?
One moment. I mean,
Joe. Do you know if the defendant Davis is here, Ronnie Davis? Or Raymond Rosborough Wallace?
He's in custody for a while.
Right.
And then which?
Davis.
Months.
Oh, that was in 9:15. Benchmark.
go to
Any defense witnesses, Mr. Bertram? Defense witnesses,
No,
argument?
Judge, I believe the testimony was about the question of fact and the prior fact. The motion for binding over as for
Counsel?
Judge, respectfully, I believe that testimony is clear, his testimony that's been given, but I don't know how sufficient that evidence is with respect to the control bias, but I will indicate to the court that, there was no drugs other than the 0.6 grams or whatever it was found inside the dwelling. As far as the common area, in those areas, there was no drugs found in the garage, which was named in the search warrant. There were no drugs, no real drugs in the pills and the cocaine rock that was supposed to be found inside the premises. I just don't believe that we can say he was even in constructive possession of drugs that were found in the tree, in the laundry, which is in the common area. So based on that, I would ask the court to dismiss the premises without more, because in particular, they did indicate that drugs were going to be found in the garage, the house, that's all.
Thank you. Mr. Mohammed?
I believe it's a question. But reflects that it was within a 1 foot distance from the defendant's home. They found scales, they found bags, they found drugs. They also learned of that fake tree based off of the foreman's statements to the officers, that that's where the defendant keeps his items. So I think it's a question of that.
Thank you, gentlemen. I wouldn't give the people odds, but I think it meets the probable cause burden. I'm going to bind over. AOI will be May 14th. No, May 21 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. Anything else, gentlemen? May 21. 21. 2 weeks out from today. Good luck downtown, Mr. Riley. Council, are we ready on Harris? Mr. Harris, you don't have to go home. You just gotta leave. No, or Mr. Bertram. I'm trying to kick Mr. Bertram out. Trying to give you and your council a place to sit. Good to see you, Mr. Bertram.
It's good to see you, Judge.
Stay safe. Gentlemen, your appearances on the Harris matter.
Good afternoon to your honor, Madam Clerk, Jonathan Roberts, P 86428, on behalf of Mr. Harris, who stands to my left. Mr. Harris, please state your full name for the court.
Ronald Harris.
Thank you, gentlemen. Are we ready?
Your Honor, the people are unable to proceed at this time. We've been in contact with the complaining witness, who has indicated that she is no longer here at this time. Without her assistance, she is a necessary witness for the people. We are unable and unwilling to proceed as well.
Mr. Roberts?
Without question.
Mr. Harris, have you posted any money on this case? Doesn't look like it. No cash bond? Case is dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Heather, are you any more from Mr. or
I figured he's not here, Judge. Who showed up last weekend?
and we had a Mr. King, but he's not going to be defense counsel.
Yeah,
Have we tried to call Mr. King?
I didn't know he was not here.
Could we try to call Mr. King? Jody? 3130, you got it?
Yeah.
I got people sitting out there. The people are sitting straight out my door.
Last two cases where the defense attorney hasn't shown up. Thing.
Yeah, she phone. Thanks.
The family members of one of the defendants.
Hi, this is Heather calling from 34th District Court Judge Oakley's office. We're calling regarding Mr. King. Do you know where he's located? I tried calling his number. He's not answering and he was supposed to be here at 1:30 for a couple of exams. Correct, yes. Correct. Yeah. 34th District Court.
Joe, bring your. Just the docket. That's the only one we got left.
I think we have two. We have,
Yeah.
Thomas Jones
Oh, yeah.
and, Ray Rosenbaum.
So we might as well bring Jones and let him know. Oh, King's his turn too. I'm gonna go get some of these.
We got two.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll be over.
All right, I'll be in here.
Really?
Man, I'm hungry today. Never bagels down there when you need them.
Thank you for calling.
Your call is being
Hey, Kyle, Brian Oakley. Did I give you enough time? That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It means you're busy. That's a good thing. All right, I'll check back with you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Talk to you later.
Oh, they didn't even try to leave any messages on my phone in there.
Really busy.
Who are you looking for? Can't even get a hold of him.
Phone goes right to voice.
Yeah.
Called two of his bosses, their phones go to voice now.
Heather's working on NDS now.
How's it going there?
Hey, good. We get a hold of him?
No, we did not.
Okay, just so you know, I tried two of his bosses. I can't get a hold of them.
Well, I called just the
General number?
yeah, the general number and I told them and then they said they'll try to get a hold of him and I called the number that I have for him.
Goes right to voice.
No, it was ringing. It
Oh,
was listening.
how long was the program away?
Not much longer.
Is the defense attorney?
No. This is becoming more and more of a problem.
I've heard, that one of your colleagues, and I think it was either Wayne or Westland, got so mad at Michael Woodyard for his repeated non-appearance and NDS's repeated non-appearance that they said, you know what? We're just binding this over. We're just binding this over without. Of course, that came back, that
Right.
came right back
That's the problem.
on remake.
There's really no way to punish a defense attorney without punishing the client, right?
So I heard McCarthy.
It's funny how much different his blue looks on my screen than it does on him. Your suit is almost like an electric blue type of thing going on. It's gotta be.
It kind of looks the same on our screens on our computers.
No, that is a darker blue than on my screen.
Mine's like an iridescent, shiny.
Yeah, yours is more like mine.
Yeah. So it's the computer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. This computer screen's different than the TV screen, just the way it shows things.
Yeah, but you're right, there is no way to punish the defense attorney.
Well, you can show cause them, which I've done, but
I mean, it's- The defense, it's not.
we're gonna have to. Can't hold it without the defense attorney.
Does he still have to talk to him?
I'm assuming that's what all those people out there are, witnesses and interested parties.
So there's another case too. That maybe, but I think it's still.
Which case?
Rose Oral, that's not.
Same attorney though.
Yeah, same attorney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're waiting, I think, for both cases.
Who's scheduled first, asking for a room?
Yours.
That's all I care about.
I don't think it's gonna matter because I'm probably gonna kick them all out at once.
It's still aiming it. Well, I would like to have done this, yeah. Because making her come all the way here. That's really good.
Is yours Jones?
Yeah.
What time was that scheduled?
Your next schedule is 1:30.
So you didn't get a hold of anybody?
I got a hold of the NDS office and said, do you know where Mr. King is? He's supposed to be here, and she said, I'll try to get a hold of him.
Yeah, she got called the same cell number you did.
And we'll get a hold of his supervisors, which.
Well, Larry said he tried to call 2 supervisors and they didn't answer either.
And you kept saying Davis. We couldn't find a Davis.
What was it?
Days.
Oh,
That
that's-
one I didn't, I turned that.
Maybe I should send Joe for hot now.
Send you over what?
Hot now. What are those now? They can still be $5.
I think they are, or they're $6. That's like the best thing.
Cheyenne showed up last night, brought the kids over. I made some venison, just a couple of little tiny pieces of backstrap. Baked potatoes. And Sue said, Cheyenne's bringing the kids over. I'm like, what are they gonna eat? She said, oh, she's bringing a keto pizza.
What pizza?
Keto pizza, like a casserole dish. It wasn't bad. It wasn't pizza. I mean, it was like a pepperoni casserole.
You guys have any contact with James King?
We tried.
Can't find him.
Oh,
Good luck. Cell phone didn't work. Larry King tried to get hold of the supervisors. They didn't answer. Oh, so Alexis, Judge Crott, who set this whole thing up, says that cards are accepted.
What are something?
Cards, credit cards.
Cause I say, I don't remember that because my cousin never has cash on her. Kids nowadays never have cash. But they don't,
I went to tell Judge Peck, she's, I don't carry cash.
yeah. There's a bar by my house, it's just called Old Town. And they don't, they only have cash, so there's an ATM. You know,
Yeah.
but it's all cash only. And some young, kid that's 33, he just bought it, the owners are like these
Nice.
older
Nice.
people, and it's just a rundown.
Where's that?
It's right by my house, it's on Telegraph Road in Flat Rock, it's called the Old Town,
Okay.
and we just started going there probably within the last year or two, and I've lived there 22 years.
Yeah.
Cause it's like such a scary little thing, but we love it. The prices are good, they make burgers and fries and. He just bought it within the next month. But
Yeah,
still cool.
that's the story on the bowling alley. Supposedly some young girl in her twenties that is trying to operate that now.
Oh, really?
Borrowed some money from her grandma so she could, buy it from the owners. Give her credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one business you couldn't give me if I had to keep it.
Well, no,
Bar.
our bar.
Bowling alley without a bar, I could probably have. But man, you almost gotta be at the, if you have a bar, you gotta be there all the time.
Yeah. Especially new. Like, if you're just getting it.
Doesn't matter. Guy told me a long time ago, he said, best employees in the world, never, ever, didn't matter how bad things were, they never take money out of your till. They'll pour long shots all night long for their friends and never even think they're stealing.
Oh, yeah.
That's money out of your pocket too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, cause you could tell that he had obviously done it all day and, you know, whatever, and he goes, I will tell you that, he goes, cause somebody asked about the girls, and there's only 2 bartenders that run it.
This guy's probably cooking and everything.
Yeah, and, well, he said that if it wasn't for them, he doesn't know what he would have done because they had been there for at least 6 years. So they know, and then people come in as regulars and so they're showing him what to do.
Right.
How to do everything. But yeah, there's only a day waitress or a day bartender, night bartender, there's no waitress, there's nobody else there.
Yeah, it's probably there 16 hours a day.
Yeah, and it's because it's just so small and.
Yep. Yeah, and then you add on top of that, just the idea of dealing with drunks. You know, the little neighborhood bar, you're gonna deal with a couple people that are just there all day, every day, just
Mhm.
parked out, and you gotta pour them into the,
But it's like,
Form out the
the
door.
last time we
pour them
went,
into a cab.
it was around some playoff game or something. And this young kid trying to show off to his girlfriend or whatever, and he took off his shirt or his tattoos, and he was just loud and obnoxious. So that guy's back in there.
You get in?
Yes, he's 2 minutes away.
I bet he's not.
Did he say, well, I guess it doesn't matter.
The reason, he started to say something about bus lane, but I wasn't paying attention.
Good job.
I'm gonna let the TV prosecutor.
Please.
He said that, it's got to get those people there, we are just walking out. I'm like, well, let's go, we just want to dinner. But they were.
Make a tea then.
Got up.
And talk to him.
Start with mine.
No, tell him right now, right now,
Well, I mean, tell me.
right now. He's 42 minutes late and he's got 2 exams to do.
Nope, not talking. Like, he's not talking. He's having 2 weeks.
Now you're gonna hear me go.
Mr. King, you're in the session. You're in the session. What?
Need a prosecutor.
My assistant told me I was being recommended to their call nurse and they figured they were waiting for someone told me this.
All right, we're not doing Jones?
They pulled out roster.
All right, gentlemen, your appearances on the People versus Raymond Rossborough Wallace.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of.
Nothing, at least before today, it seemed to be a lot of expressions and all that. Record roll as well.
Ready?
Yes, Judge, as a preliminary matter, I'll request a mutual order of sequestration with consent. For large detective grounds. He will not be tested. Okay.
Any objection, Mr. King? All right. Who's your first witness?
All Mr. Jahidian, well,
Mr. Pulley, come on up. Raise your right hand. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Watch your step on this ramp. Settle into that chair right there. When you're ready, Mr. Muhammad.
Good afternoon, Mr. Foley. Can you please state your name for the record? Mr. Foley, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. If you don't understand something, just let me know, okay? And I'll have to keep your focus on me, all right? All right, sir, I'm gonna take back April 20th, 2025 at the location of 9555 Middle Belt Road, the Browns County of Wayne. Were you at that location on that day? Okay, and what's at that location? Okay, I'm just asking you to speak loud and clear into the mic. Okay, and who were you at that location with on that day?
Myself, Brandon Vance, and the defendant.
Okay, what's the name?
Brandon Wallace.
Okay, and did something happen at that location around that day that brings you into court today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you were stabbed. Who were you stabbed by?
I was sad.
Okay, what were you stabbed with? Okay, and the individual that stabbed you with this knife, see that individual in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Can you please point to that individual and point out an article of clothing that person's wearing?
Yes, sir. Great jumps.
Your Honor, please let the record reflect that the witness has identified the gun.
Noted.
Thank you. And you indicated he stabbed you. How many times did he stab you?
6 times.
Okay. And you recall where he stabbed you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and where did he stab you?
One time on the right side of the abdomen where my technical are. 4 more times. No, 3 more times down in the stomach area. 1 time on the back where my lungs is, and on my left side, the flank, right
You said back, in the back where?
in the back of my shoulder, right here with my lung. Okay.
Okay. And did you go to the hospital as a result of these stabbings?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you learn the extent of your injury?
Yes, sir, I did.
And what was the extent of your injury?
What's the objection?
Judge, I'm not asking a statement by another person, I'm just asking what the injuries that he's sustained were. And he can testify to what he learned, yes, if he has personal knowledge, he's the one who sustained these injuries.
Any response?
Absolutely. So, my objection is to the extent that he was injured, the witness can testify to his injuries. However, any diagnosis, or any, statements, doctor, the basis of that knowledge is hearsay. And it should be, that information should come from that professional.
Judge, hearsay is an out-of-court statement made by a person. And it asks what a person said, but I haven't heard a statement by a person. I'm just asking the extent of his injuries, which he could testify to based off of his personal knowledge.
It's an old trick in the form. You start bootstrapping. I want to ask what he said. She said to make multiple simple statements. Like some witnesses will say something to the extent of it being true. And again, your basis of knowledge is what someone told you. So it's literally bootstrapping your say.
I mean, I will look at.
Why don't you ask him what treatment he got? That might be another way to get to where you want to go.
Okay. Sir, as a result of your injuries, did you receive any treatment?
Yes, sir. I was extensive amount of treatment that made and.
All right, I'm having trouble understanding you. Okay,
Okay.
which didn't tell me anything. What was the treatment that you had that day?
What treatment did I have unfortunately, sir? The shades more and look at she. And good area is on my left side where I see. So also on the side something old things. And the right hand on my back, they just did a quick speech and that was it. On that day, unfortunately.
Okay, and what about after?
After that day, I've been to my regular doctor. I've also been to Hillcrest Memorial when I first left from Detroit because I was not getting any payments by Detroit hospital. So I 10.5 hours home to a hospital. Anyway, and I got here a couple days ago. I was such a doctor. I had a whole cold that obviously they didn't see or they basically doing surgery, so I had to go to the setting. I had to go there against that piece. And I'm currently seeing urologists, gastrologists, and stuff like that.
All right, you indicated that you were rushed to the hospital.
Yes, sir.
Who took you to the hospital?
The ambulance came When they got there,
Did you call the ambulance?
no, sir,
Why not?
when I walked out of the building, or when I got out of the building, I ran upstairs straight to my cousin that was with me. Was he seen me and I missed my shirt, showing him that I had to set up, he beat me,
Okay. The weapon that was used to stab you, the knife, can you describe it?
Yes, sir. It was actually a gold knife with certain amount of ridges on it. I can't say what kind of ridges on it, but I can't specify. I said that I did stab it.
Okay. Do you know why the defendant stabbed you?
To the day I still remember. That's the question that I'm trying to figure out anyway.
What were you doing when the defendant started stabbing you? Like right before it?
Well, right before that, I used my key in my room. And when I went in my room, the door closed behind me, you rushed me to start tapping. Okay.
And this defendant that you've identified here in court,
Yes, sir.
do that. All right, Bernard.
Mr. King, your witness.
I guess I'll start with, well, 10 hours home, so I'm assuming you live out of state?
Yes, sir.
The South Carolina, okay. And how long before this day had you been in the state?
How long?
Yes.
Just 94, 84, say.
And you came with a person who identified as client, Mr. Long? Yes.
Yes, one would be that.
So, no.
No, I really don't know, like, I've had occasions around him and running into him. And then the person that came with us, Brian Vance, that's his brother. So I don't think it is.
Right, but you've seen him in the past.
Yes, I've seen.
In South Carolina.
Yeah.
You were comfortable enough with him to drive, you guys all go together. And you go up together in a rental car to the state of Michigan. And that night before this incident, you were at the party in there?
Yes.
And Mr. Wallace and your associate were also there?
Yes.
And the three of you stayed in the same room?
That night, I don't know what it did. I don't mean to sleep. I went to the room, but when I got up at morning, so I was asleep. And he stayed too, because he was on the game when I got up that morning. If me and Brian Vance is all, I'm gonna pay for the rooms, and his name. It's all early beautiful that weekend, and he was supposed to some family talk. Yeah, like I said, I don't know you. Brian.
I want to bring you back to my question. My question for you, stayed in that room that night.
Yes, he did.
Okay. No issues that night, right?
No.
You had no issues on the way here from South Carolina.
No, not at all.
And you got here at 420. I'm sorry, you got here 419, right? 420, when you got up, so you saw him on the game, right? Yes. No issues in, right?
No.
That night of 419 inside of the quad game, three of you were drinking,
No.
smoking anything?
I smoked previously before that, like I said, I don't show you that. I did not all day.
Right, you smoke weed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then on 420, that's also the day of the night, right?
And you know, it's actually,
And so 420, you woke up and started smoking again, right?
I had shit around, you gotta go to the.
Let me, so it's your testimony to this court that although you had no issues with Mr. Wallace, in the time leading up to this event, that Mr. Wallace just for some reason stabbed you without you.
Yes, sir. Same thing on me. Court is that Mr. Wallace. That we no issue.
This total stab you.
No issue. That we for the person that he actually had an argument with. Not. That's right. Things.
So let me ask you this then. You said you were stabbed on your left side and your right side, right?
It's a little.
No stab wounds to your hand in the guy, right?
No, it's the one.
No stab wounds, no cuts. Let me ask you a question. Next question. You didn't have any cuts across the line, right?
No, the only thing that was something I didn't get my marshal said I had to be wrong and those official. But
Right. Mr. Wallace was also cut, right?
I had no idea because he such a thing.
So you don't know how he got the cut on his body. Okay, so all this happened while the two of you were upright, right? Or on the ground, or both?
No, we were upright over the dresser, over the bed, because I was in fighting for my life.
And at no point in time did you were testimony, at no point in time did you ever cut him?
No, sir, no.
With regards to the, when you went inside that room, you had a cell phone with, right?
Yes, I did.
There was also a phone inside the hotel, right?
Okay, so I was checking for phones, I was in the garden.
Well, I'm saying you stayed there back and forth,
But I wasn't checking for a phone. Yeah.
okay? And if you had a phone, then you had the ability to call 911, correct?
Okay, but you're right about that stuff, but I had to get about that room. This man is like in front of me, 6 feet over me, weighs more than 5, 6. He has a weapon. I know. I need to get out of the room. I said, otherwise, I need to shoot. Just look for the punches. Call. And also, but I got shit on his next time. And went all the way through. That was the one that I felt that made me jump back and realize, hold on, what are you doing? And once I jumped back and realized that he had a knife in his hand, I'm like, what I'm gonna do? Is what my mind said to me.
Right, because you felt like your life was in danger, right?
Yes.
But once you got outside the room,
I didn't even pay off to him yet at that.
I agree. But you made it out the room at some point in time.
I made it out home, straight. And he fell out phone in my hand. I know that my cousin was downstairs, my wife was downstairs because where our room was, I don't remember, I want to say 325 or something like that, I'm not sure. But it was not too far from the city. So I got out of home, I just ran straight downstairs. The last place that I know he was parked, that was right there in front of the same door. That you could go in to close the room.
Okay, so the answer to my question, that outside of the room, you still feel like your life is in danger, right?
Yes, sir.
Didn't stop to call 911 there, right?
No, sir.
You wanted to get to your cousin, right?
I wanted to get far away, always responsible.
Okay, and once you did, call who's in?
Once I did,
In where does the rental part from?
Judge, I'm gonna object, what's the relevance of that?
Relevance?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I should say it wrong, please. The relevance of Can I get a conditional relevance and if it's not relevant, or just strike on my question?
Sure.
So was your cousin by a car when you found him? Was your cousin by the rental car when you found him?
When I found my cousin, when I was out the back door, my cousin was actually right there where the back door was at, I guess, because that's the door that we can use to come in the building, go out. But once he,
Okay, sir. The question was he by the rental car when you found him?
yes, he was.
Did you give your cousin anything to put inside the room?
Well, sir, I did.
To your knowledge, was there a weapon inside the rental car?
No, sir.
Did the police search it?
He said, what?
Did the police search the car?
Well, this whole lot of bad, honestly. But no, I wasn't there. I was not.
No, it wasn't.
Any redirect, Mr. Muhammad?
Sir, were you trying to escape the room as you were being stabbed?
What happened was, after he stabbed me the last time, and I realized I was getting stabbed, and I even was like, bro, what the hell you doing? You just stop, curse you.
Sure.
What are you doing? You're stabbed. And you went into this, you stop, you stop, you rush it in. So I didn't have time for you to try to escape at that moment. And once you run it in, I grabbed one of your hands with both of mine, and you ended up behind you. You tried to grab me around my neck, but with my two hands around yours, I didn't want that you got the knife. I just saw it trying to frame you all around. That's how the way I got out of the room was I flung you switch the lamp. That's how the lamp got over. And you stood over the lamp and you dropped.
Okay, and what did you do when you exited?
I grabbed my phone off the first one.
Why did you run?
Why did I run?
That's
I didn't want to die. Like I said, I spoke this before. If you look up, I've been the person. I've been before. You know what I'm saying?
So did you feel like you could die when it was
Yes, yes. Well, I ran.
nothing further?
Any recross?
Where's the principal?
I'm not with that. I don't see why that's relevant.
What's the relevance of what he went to prison for?
I one was on direct, but also with regards to credibility. I think I can ask that line of question.
You can ask him if he's been convicted in the last 10 years for theft or dishonesty. I think that's the rule.
Since we don't ask the full-
No, you asked him what he went to prison for, so you can ask the specific question.
Did you, when you went to prison, was it for a crime of theft?
Well, I started in the last 2 years. I did it.
Okay, I think that answers.
That is.
Depends on what you got off the roll.
It's only relevant if it's been within the last 10 years. And he just said he hasn't been arrested within the last 10 years. So obviously his prison stay was prior to that, and it's not relevant. It's got nothing to do with his credibility because it's not within the last 10 years for theft or dishonesty.
So the rule actually says that the time the clock stops when the person has either completed the prison term or has been discharged from parole or probation, just later. But it witness testimony that 2 years that person being discharged from probation not submitted with regards to what's in back yes. Thanks. Were you ever on parole or probation? No, with regards to what you went to prison for, were you ever on probation?
Sure.
Just a yes or no. Just a yes or no.
Yes.
Were you on parole?
Not on no, I was on probation.
Okay. And when was probation over?
So. I was saying. Well, right, was that conviction that you were on probation for, was it a crime of dishonesty?
Yeah, fine, or,
Was it a death crime?
yeah. Yes, well,
No further questions.
You can step down, sir. Watch your step on the ramp. Any other witnesses from the people?
No.
Any defense witnesses, Mr. King? I'm ready for argument.
On a motion for a buy over and reserve the argument at this time.
Mr. King,
Yeah, to the line over, specifically regards to the intent aspect of the lead charge. It's not clear from the testimony of the witness, exactly what was alleged to have been the motive behind this incident. It's also not clear from the testimony that, when these things happen, Mr. Wallace's intent to kill the witness as testimony that actually will take into consideration of the witness' credibility, describing the circumstances of the witness apparently don't make sense. And those who can check find out. And those are.
all right. Mr. Monmouth,
Judge, I'm still for buying over, I think, one, I found the victim very credible. Number two, I think the type of weapon as well as the amount of strikes that were used in this case can infer that intent. So, I think actions speak louder than words, and intent, and this case certainly raise at least a question of that in regards to, intent to kill, I don't even what possible rationality would be at play for this actions. This guy was going back in this room, and based off of what I've learned is with no rationality at all. And I think it's evident based on his actions. That he had the intent to kill, and I'm motioning for a Bible.
anything else, Mr. King?
I kind of echo what counsel said. I think the facts that the rationale doesn't make sense. I think it's evidence of no intent because just getting basically out in testimony, the story appears to be incomplete. So if it was just a felony assault dangerous weapon, I would understand, but to add the mens rea aspect of it to say, yeah, intent to kill him, I would report that.
I disagree. The witness testified he was stabbed 5 times in the abdomen and once in the back. Certainly wasn't a caress. May 21 is the AOI, 9 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry. 14th, he's in custody. May 14th, 9 a.m. is the AOI. Bond will be continued. Sir, I wish you luck downtown.
Last year that I'll be able to address after the testimony.
Okay, I think we did. Yeah, go ahead. Just so we're on the same page, it's 50,000, 10% with a GPS tether location, not curfew. Go ahead.
So, Your Honor, Mr. Wallace's family is here. They've been in constant communication since the onset of this event. Obviously, there's been a determination that he is, Mr. Wallace, deserves a bond. So I think it should be one that he and his family can afford. And although it is a 50,000, 10%, it's obvious from what we see today that they're not allowed to see that they cannot afford it. Moreover, again, I think that the court would ask for some conditions that would allow for him to return to court, the guarantee return to court, as well as the safety of community at face value. This appears to be an incident that occurred between 2 people that know each other, that stay together. It's not an incident in which Mr. Wallace is alleged to have been in the community starve people or, preying upon the community, for lack of better words. For those reasons, I think that the court would give him a home environment and a monitoring device that, that would be enough, that would be sufficient to guarantee the safety, the safety of the community and also weakness.
Are you suggesting home confinement in South Carolina? Because that's the only address I've got.
I'm not, so. I think he does, the reason why he's here is because he has family in Michigan. I've actually worked to find, an address in, Michigan that he can go to. Again, his family's here, stuff like signing in person. And so I think that there can be an address. We can give him
All right. Mr. Mohammed, response from the people?
Judge, the people would absolutely object to reducing bond. I actually think it should increase to $150,000 cash security with no 10%. I think anyone that can act in this sort of manner should not go. Should absolutely not get a reduction. Additionally, I think he's a flight risk facing a life offense. He's also not a resident. So I'm strongly opposing amending bond. And also there's additional stuff I'd like to bring to the court's attention. I was informed that the defendant's family had reached out to a third party to contact the victim in this case to pay him not to appear here today. So I'd like the court to, people's position is one, to deny defense's, request to reduce bond. Second, I would like it to be increased. And third, we would respectfully request the court to issue a instruction to the victim's family to do no contact, through third parties. Thank you.
Mr. King?
So I'm not even sure where to start with that, because as the court can see, my client is in jail. The family members that are here that I've spoken to haven't even had the opportunity to speak to him at length. He's here with his, well, driven up from, South Carolina. It's his mom, his grandma, brother. None of which have the ability to contact the third party to do anything. If they could have any side money, I'm sure they would pay to have him released as opposed to trying to give it to the victim. So that he can exercise the rights that he's trying to do right now. And I think without proof that any of this came from Mr. Wallace himself, it's kind of overzealous at best to assume that he did anything to try to influence anyone, just at the mere word or something. This is why we vet these types of things through the court system, so that there can actually be proof of these things happening. I said my arguments earlier, Your Honor. I do think this is a very serious offense that we're here for in court. But given the nature of the circumstances, I do think the court can fashion some to assure the safety of the community sometime here.
Thank you, gentlemen. I thought the bond was an appropriate bond when I set it originally, and I haven't heard anything today that makes me think it should be lowered. And I'm not going to raise it. I will say this. When you're communicating with your family, let them know that there are ways that they can try to help you that is not going to help you, and that would be one of them. Good luck downtown. All right, I'm ready for the next case. Thomas Jones. How you been, Jeff? Good, be safe.
Yes. Oh, you the whole piece.
Mr. Jones, just have a seat. Gentlemen, your appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Steve Graham on behalf of people alongside
It can be very key for people, Your Honor, 78774.
That can be another. Great jobs.
Ready to get started? Call witness.
Your Honor, just to make sure, we're calling both cases. Not objecting. It's the same tendency.
Okay. Still need a witness.
People first call is Charlene Joseph.
Miss Jones, all the way up front, please. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today? Settle in that chair right there. Make yourself comfortable. When you're ready, Mr. Lucky.
Good afternoon, Ms. Jones. Do you know, Mr. Thomas Jones?
Yes,
And how do you know, and if you were to see him again, would you be able to recognize him?
yes,
Do you see him in,
yes.
can you identify him by something he's wearing?
Green.
Noted.
And what, how do you know Mr. Jones? And was he your husband on 12/30? And were you living at home on that day? And where's your house?
On an East River Drive in Fairhaven.
Okay. And you were living, and you were, tell me what happened.
After dinner, we went into the room.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So you said after dinner, this is in the evening
Yes,
of 12/30/2024. Okay, and you said you went to what?
our bedroom,
Okay, and go ahead, what happened?
I sat on the bed, on my side. Started talking, yelling, calling me names. Then he came off the bed, told me I was boarding up, and I had to sit on the floor, so I sat on the floor.
All right, I'm gonna stop there. So you said kick you off, was that a physical kick?
Yes,
And so you're on the floor, what happens?
he comes over to the side and he hits me on the left side of the face. The whole time,
Okay, and you say it's, is that open or closed?
but
And you said how many times?
it,
And that's on your face.
my left side.
What happens then?
He's calling me on for other names. He tells me to get up, to undress. I undress and tells me to get out of bed and starts to shake pose.
Oh, did you do anything to resist it?
No,
And why is that?
I hear from morning
And why did you fear it?
because I was afraid that he was gonna kill me.
And why were you afraid of that?
Because of past events.
Okay. So what happened?
He took the photos, me that he was gonna post them online. And I was crying. He got upset that I was crying.
And then what?
Let me get it off.
Okay. And what happened then?
After that, I sat back on the bed with my knees up in my chest. I finally like going. At me,
Okay. And now, so your room, you said you're sitting on the bed. Can you describe your surroundings this time? Your room.
I'm sorry, describe what?
Just surroundings. Mainly what's
on the bed and both sides of the our doctor. And then in front of there is the door to go.
okay, about how far is that?
6 feet.
Okay, and so what happens, and when you're on the bed, where is Mr. Jones?
He is on the bed,
Okay, where?
towards the end of the bed, closer to me.
And where are you?
Up towards the back of the wall.
Okay, and then what happens?
He grabs me, my neck, strangles me. I don't lift me off of the bed.
Okay, at that time, where is he?
On the bed.
Okay, he's still where he was.
Yeah.
Okay, and, I just like the record to reflect that when she said she was strangled, she was, the witness has shown that her left hand was grabbing around her neck area with the thumb and index finger on either side of her neck.
Noted.
And you said he was lifting you up by your neck?
Yes.
Okay, and then what?
I was thinking my head was split, this is really gonna kill me.
Okay,
Next, he shoved me off the bed and I hit my head on the corner of the door.
and while he was, grabbing your neck, can you describe what you were?
Scared.
And did you feel touched?
I,
Okay, and you said you couldn't breathe, is that correct?
correct.
Okay, so after that, what?
I tried to get up. He told me that he should stop. And tell me.
And then what?
I start getting up, then. From my eye, I see like lines, like there's air there. So I start squatting it away, try to get it out of me.
And I'm sorry, when you were thrown, you said, did you impact anywhere?
That's the back of my.
Okay,
Right.
okay, and then describe what happened after you were able to.
I got up, I seen the lines, I started swatting them away, it was like I walked by like this. I couldn't get it out of my eyes, and I was just trying to swat it out. And then next, I rolled up in his arms,
Okay, whose arms?
Thomas's.
Okay, and, what happened after that?
I had him shirt on. I found his arms underneath. He was yelling. I couldn't open my eyes, so I could hear light veins.
I'm sorry, ma'am, you could hear what?
I could hear him like yelling for the kids, but I couldn't open my eyes.
And what were, and what happened after?
I finally opened my eyes and he was to the right of me, holding me, crying. I was shaken up, I couldn't really talk. And then next time I go to the hospital.
Okay, do you recall him saying anything?
I recall him saying that I have seizures. And that it was the cross,
And is that to the EMS?
yes.
Okay, and when, did the EMS show up alone?
I believe it was for.
Okay, and, did you tell, the EMS and the police what?
No,
Why not?
I was afraid that he would kill me
And why were you afraid of that?
because he had dragged me right.
Just 1 second, Governor. Don't worry. Okay. Sorry, Ms. Jones. So then on November 27th, 2020, where were you at?
The morning of, I had to go search for our never car because the night before she said she filled the negative of our house and we found out it was actually.
Okay. So did you let your husband?
Later in the day when we were driving, he was on her way.
Okay. And when you told him how to get?
He went into a rage, started slamming his work on the dashboard, screaming and yelling at me. He took his left hand and started trying to turn the steering wheel and turn back for one.
And did you at that time?
No, I will be on his side, and I kept on driving. And he kept on yelling and sitting. And he got upset when I said my glasses, sorry.
And but did you arrive home that day?
Yes,
Okay, and do you know about what time that was?
it was 99.
Okay, and what happened when you got home?
He was so angry. He was yelling at me, he was beating towels and beating me in the thigh times.
Okay, now you said you took his dog.
So I felt,
What was he doing with it?
it was around this way. There,
Was he with with buckle or the other? And was he saying anything at that time?
just yelling and screaming, like a liar. Or
And what happened after?
he ended up punching me in the arm several times. And on the ground.
Okay, and then what?
He kicks me out of the house, to the door, pushes me out of the house.
Do you return to the house?
Yes, when he pulled me out of the house, you know,
Okay, so he allows you to come into the home.
yes.
And at that time, what happened when you were at home?
Yeah, so I remember people got off work, I wasn't for sure.
Did your daughter eventually come home?
Yes,
Okay, and what happened when your daughter came?
he asked her where she stayed at, and she lied instead of lying. He said he knew that's not where it was. He said she was grounded, asked for her phone, and dumped her purse out, and he took her phone to the kitchen and smashed it with a hammer.
What happened after that?
He started coming back into the dining room where both of us were. He started going towards her, so I tried to enter. So
And I'm sorry, you described going towards her.
walking towards her fastly, yelling, screaming at her.
What was he yelling?
He said that she was a racial mark. And then the F word, or. And calling us whores and liars.
Okay, and what happened after that?
He ended up going in the bedroom, grabbing his assault rifle and pointing at us.
Okay, now I'm gonna stop you. So you said you went into the bedroom. So where were you standing at the time?
We were sitting in the dining room, which the bedroom door is probably about 4 feet away,
Okay, and how far is your bed from there?
about 6 feet.
Okay. And you said we were standing. Who is we?
Myself and my daughter Kayla, she was standing behind me.
Okay. And you said he grabbed an assault rifle.
Right.
Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
And do you know it to be? And what do you know?
He bought it brand new. I was with the neighbor, she said,
And what is it?
assault rifle, I did it with an AR
Okay. And do you know where that is found?
underneath the bed.
Okay. And so you were saying he did what with that?
He pointed out, pointed at us, told us what, yelling and screaming,
Now us, that who?
me and Kayla,
So both of them.
yes.
Okay. And he said that to both.
Correct.
Okay. One more time, I'm sorry. All right, and what happened after that?
He grabbed me out of the way from jail. Started pushing me towards the door, right on, and to go get his money from the ATM.
Okay, then where's the weapon then?
He had it in his hand, but he put it down, like, instead of looking at us, put it down and it grabbed me and it pushed me.
Okay. And then, so you said, all right, sorry, what happened after?
He kept on pushing me towards the door, telling me to go get his money.
And what happened?
I get in the car, he comes out on the porch, just screaming, making sure I'm leaving.
And then did you leave?
Yes,
And did you return to the house that night?
yes, when he called me, his first text me, the same that I,
Okay. And what happened when you came?
Kayla was sleeping on the couch. And people was to go in the bedroom, so you're going out of the bedroom, people's
And it was us. Sorry.
hands.
Okay. And then what?
He told me he wanted his box, and I said, no, I didn't want.
Okay, so you did say that.
Correct.
All right. Then what?
I ended up getting on drugs. But
Why did you do that?
because of your.
And did he say anything to you?
Yes, he called me over 34. We're married on this property. I have no choice.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry, you said, why did you? And I'm sorry, you said blood drugs, why did you do that?
Because.
And why did you think that?
I'm sorry.
Why did you think? Or I'm sorry, why did you? Why did you?
Like his ask and answer to that.
I'm just trying to get. Sorry, Judge, I'm a withdrawer.
Go ahead.
Ms. Jones, did you want them?
No,
But why did you?
because if I didn't, there'd be worse.
What's the objection? Response?
Why should?
Sorry, Stephen. I think I'm still speculating.
I mean, it's her interpretation. I mean, it's not really, she's not speculating what she thought he would do, although she is, based on her experience, giving a opinion of what she thought was gonna happen if she did.
Said that we did, what he said. And his preparation of things, she can't say.
I mean, Your Honor, it's her statement. She can testify what she.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. She can't testify at all. So,
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. As long as it's couched in what she thought could happen, I think that's appropriate. Go ahead.
So what did you think?
I didn't do what he said, but it's done.
So why did you think that?
Because he threatened me earlier. But
So after that, what happened?
I was on the bed, face down. He was behind me with his foot on the side. His penis during my vagina. And he pulled my hair as I was.
Okay, you said you were crying.
Yeah.
What else was going?
I'm sorry,
Or, how are you positioned?
face down.
Okay. And how is he positioned?
Behind me, his legs. My
At any point during the entire interaction, did you consent?
No.
Okay, how are you feeling after?
shaky,
Scared.
Was this against your will?
Yes.
And why did you report this?
If I went to the place, it would kill me.
Did he say that? Oh, just one more second, Your Honor. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. King,
I guess I'll start with the last part. You were just asked why you didn't, go to the police. This is second, you know that question?
Yes.
But at some point you. The next day, did you call the police?
No.
The night of, did you call the police?
No.
So you recall you recall speaking with police about this incident, right?
That is correct.
Right, and they asked you about this, sexual assault, right?
Yep.
And you told them what happened, right?
That is correct.
You would agree with me that, there were some things that you said today, or that you didn't tell those officers, right?
I told they what I remember that happened.
Okay, well, there's some new facts that you said today. I guess I can put it like that. Right? Oh, and I'm getting my questions more specific so that I'm not confused, because that's not my goal here. When you were talking to them about the night in which you slept, Mr. Thomas.
counsel, I'm just going to caution you because we've got two different incident dates. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page as to which date.
With regards to November 27th. When you were talking to the police about the night that night you and Mr. Thomas said, and of course you you didn't tell police that you told Mr. Thomas no, he said you had to have sex, right?
We did say no.
Well, I'm asking, what you told the police was that you slept with him because you didn't know what was gonna happen, right?
That is correct.
Now, I guess I'll start back to the day that you were talking to, the day you testified about with regards to, when EMS had arrived at your home, taking care of that. Alright, on that day, you testified that you, were seeing things that you were trying to wave off. Remember that?
Yes.
And then you testified that, you. Yeah, I don't think you used the words blacked out, and you said when you came to, you were in Mr. Thomas' car, you know what I'm saying that?
That is correct.
Alright, now when you came to, it was because, the reason you used the term came to is because you lost consciousness?
Correct.
Alright, and, when you lose consciousness is not a result of any actions from Mr. Thomas.
Was resolved,
I'm sorry.
resolved, extremely.
Well. Did you, when the EMS came, they did take the look, right? The EMT did take a look, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And, were there any pictures taken of any bruising around that?
No,
Was there any documentation of any bruising around that?
no, you must,
Okay. Did you leave with EMS that day?
Yeah.
Now, when you said he woke up in his arms, you said that he woke up in his arms, sometimes he was actually crying.
yeah,
And he told you that you had seen, right?
that's what he told, but you must, yes,
Okay. He also told that you, right?
no,
Do you have seen?
no,
You never had seen.
no. I had episodes, but I've never officially had a seat before.
What's an episode?
That's what they automatically have said back when I was a child, but they never confirmed it because
Boy, sorry, I mean, that's low. What happened when you had to go, when you had to go?
I like a blackout.
When you said you came to, you were in his arms, can you describe what you mean by in his arms? Like how was he holding?
He was holding me with his arm underneath me. And my head. Something underneath my head. He had one arm. Holding underneath.
Like a cradle.
I don't remember exactly the position. I remember holding his arm.
You and Mr. Thomas have been married for 23 years?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry, how long have you been together?
we don't got
How long have you been married?
since 2015.
Have there recently been discussions of divorce?
Yes,
There's recently also been discussions of splitting custody of property,
on property,
of what property?
the house,
What house?
the mortgage is on my, the use of both.
But the mortgage is in your name,
Yes,
right? And seeing as that mortgage is in your name, you feel entitled to the home, right?
I'm gonna object to relevancy, but who owns the home, who owns the farm?
I think it goes right to bias.
Who owns, who has the property?
Well, my follow-up question from mortgage was, since the mortgage is in her name, she feels entitled to the home.
I'll allow it.
You feel entitled to the home, correct?
no, we reselling split proceeds,
When did these arguments start in regards to divorce and splitting the property? November, right?
a couple of months prior,
October,
I don't want to say the exact date,
but it was within that time frame, since, right?
it was before that time.
But not a year. Period. All right. So who actually reported this alleged sexual assault?
When he was,
I'm sorry, let me ask you a better question. How did the police get involved?
police arrived at our house the Sunday, the 13th, after CBS came on Saturday.
What is it?
Because of the incident that happened in November. Bringing you on as me.
How many months after this, did you get in talk to the police? How long after?
I did not speak to the police until they showed up on Sunday,
What day was that?
April 13th.
When the police arrived on April 13th, you weren't physically injured, right?
I had bruises.
When you had bruises April 13th from,
The incident that happened on April 10th.
was Mr. Thompson at home?
Yes.
Was Kayla at home?
No feelings ever. Luckily, there's no one leash. Correct.
Yes.
Say that again, ma'am.
Yes, it was when the police showed up. Was that back then?
Yeah, so we're talking April 13th, correct? Thank you.
What's the news? I want to go back to, 11, 27, today was the alleged sexual assault. Before, before you and Mr. Thomas bring the bed together, well, sorry, when you and Mr. Thomas bring the bed together, what was the gun?
I do not know.
It wasn't in his hand.
No,
And, while you were in the bed with Mr. Thomas, before the two of you got in bed, he didn't threaten to kill you.
earlier that night, yes.
Let me ask you this, I guess, more pointed question. He didn't tell you that if you did not have sex, you correct?
No, he told me this is what.
You told police that.
Leaving.
I said a few, but.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. So Shirley.
April 13th, when they came to our.
And when you get to your house, what do they do? Particularly this district.
First, they asked to speak with me. I was inside the car, but I see the Thomas came out of the car. And they went slow.
Okay, did you just slow, and then what changed between? I'm sorry, try that. Did you slow it to them at that time?
Disclose what?
And
The officer asked me. If there was any domestic violence, I showed him the first.
okay, when did you disclose the other instances? Passes.
They are writing the statement and at the police station, I was at the police station.
How many separate reports? Where do you recall?
Doing that. I believe all the statements are. All pieces.
But was it, how many interviews or how many separate times you saw this?
I don't remember exactly, I had to go back to the police station.
Okay, so it's more than one.
Yes,
Okay. And then you mentioned that you had episodes of seizure. Yes, is that correct?
when I was 10 years old.
Okay, and then when was the last one? So you were 10?
No, when I was starting with my daughter,
And what was
2008.
okay, but not in what?
Yeah.
That's it. Great, no further questions, Judge.
Your witness, Mr. King.
Just so the regards to, well, let me ask you, regards to the Blue Mill, have you worked at that? The day that the police came, to Dr. McDonald?
On the 13th,
Yes.
it was a Sunday, that's my only day off work.
When you talk to the officers on, 413, what did you tell them about how you got that?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
What did you tell them about how you got that?
Your Honor, I think it's beyond the scope of direct, but or redirect.
I'll allow it.
I showed them the purpose. On my hand and I like. And
I guess my question was, what did you tell them about how you got the bruise? Because who you said like on street alert was, you said 8 bruises on my leg. So what did you tell the police about how you got that bruise on your leg?
he picked my leg. When he kicked me out. That's how I got first on the leg.
How did you were in the police game?
Yeah.
Ma'am, you can step down. Watch your step on my incline ramp, please.
Oh,
Judge, I apologize, just based on,
You wanna direct, redirect, and re-redirect?
it's really just when did she allege that bruise happened? Are we establishing that it's during that time period or?
Was that an April incident?
sorry.
The leg bruise, I thought was on the 10th.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now you can step down. Watch your step, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Next witness.
Your Honor, the people residents.
Any defense witnesses, Mr. King? I'm ready for argument, fellas.
Yes. So, figure complaint session just November 27, 2024. Later in the evening, that she was protecting her daughter Kayla from Mr. Jones possibly going to do something. In which case he picked up his AR-15, which he knows the was there at the bottom. He pointed the weapon at both her and Kayla. They were in fear of their lives. He said he should kill them. He said he would kill them. She testified to both of those things. And then later when she came home that night, we have her testimony that says that she was forced or forced to have sex. In this case, it was forced, meaning the victim was reasonably afraid of a present or future danger. The present danger being just a couple of hours or, I know she didn't establish the time, but just a period of time before he threatened to kill her and shoot her with a weapon that was underneath that bed, which they were currently at. we have a report we have more reports and that there was more assaults that happened throughout that day. So she was in fear of her safety. She testified to that.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm privy to report of an assault happening earlier that day.
No, that was
Testified.
November 27, 2024. That was a gun that's all on the same. Okay, so that is all on the same day, Your Honor. She testified that she was afraid that something worse would happen. She harmed or killed on that day, so that's why she was forced into sex. It doesn't need to be, it just has to be force that surpasses their ability to otherwise consent, which is what she testified to here. And there was entry of the victim's genital opening by the defendant's penis. She testified to that as well. She also testified that on December 30th, 31st, on the night of the 30th, that Mr. Jones strangled her and around her throat. She felt pressure, she had a hard time breathing, and she was tossed from the bed. So at this time, we're asking a bind over on both cases on all counts, Your Honor.
Mr. King.
Yeah, I think I'll absolutely object to the line over. And I'll start, I guess, with the credibility of witness. There's a lot of hard things for her here today, that are like illicit emotional response. With regards to the things that weren't discussed on direct, what brought up kind of in cross, there's an element of bias here with regards to the issues of divorce happening. I opened the doors with the witness that you mentioned who was the one initiating the divorce. But that question wasn't answered. Actually, that answer wasn't provided just to win. And there was obviously an admission from the witness that there is an ongoing dispute with regards to property, basic state influence, and also with regards. I understand these are facts that usually be considered by a trier facts, thereby leading to a bind over. But I think the court can consider that a reasonable bind. Mr. Thomas guilty, given the fact that with regards to cross-examination, albeit a soft impeachment, so I didn't want to go too far into the weeds with the specifics in the statement as opposed to the testimony on direct examination. But the witness did admit that some of the facts that testified here, officer that she talked to, the story seems to keep getting worse, and I think it's a reason for that. And the reason is kind of the line of bias. I also asked the court to consider this case as just this case. I understand there are certain times in which people who do certain things that the court heard do not reach out to police or authorities. But I think it's a little different in this case for some of the things I disagree. Some of the reasons I mentioned. In addition, so I asked the court to consider the fact that none of these things were reported until CPS what's really is in the family about custody and property and divorce. So I think the court can take all those things into consideration when considering the witness testimony. I don't think even based on what's testified here today that the divorce aspect is in charge. It's met and therefore make a
Anything else from the paper?
I don't think the divorce or something.
Your Honor, if I may.
Please.
The full standard for credibility for an magistrate at preliminary exam that you may only decline to bind over a defendant who lack of credibility would preclude a person and caution. Conscience is the entertaining or reasonable belief of the accused still. It's not a reasonable jury and whether a reasonable jury would be. However, going into that, I mean, counsel's alleging that there's testified that, you know, there's no, I didn't hear any testimony dispute. And there was nothing about custody, there was nothing about that. She testified that, and it wasn't really clear in the soft impeachment whether, what time she interviewed with police, or in what interview did she say this, and what interview did she not say this. It was just out in the open. I don't think it was fleshed out enough in order to properly impeach that witness. As to the force requirement, I mean, I said enough. I believe we've said enough about that there's no need to resist. There's a state statute, MCL 750.520I, that there's no need to resist, and that and then the Carlson case was what I was mentioning earlier in my site, to which I said it just needs to be enough force to facilitate the accomplice of a sexual penetration without their consent. She said she didn't want to do it. She said she didn't wish it. That it was not with her consent. I mean, all those things were achieved because of his prior and his ongoing threat to her life, to her. That's why we think it should be valid.
Thank you. I certainly didn't find the lady to be incredulous. I found her to be a credible witness. Obviously, there's some holes in her story, but nothing that makes me think that she's not credible and unbelievable. As far as the coercion, she said no mere hours after he threatened to kill her and her daughter. I think just him, if all he did was pressured her after she said no, based on the threat that was mere hours before, I could see where a reasonable woman would take that as coercion. I'm going to bind over. AOI is May 14th, 9 a.m. Anything as to bond, fellas?
Yes, sir. Court gave Davis leave to address bond. I'm not sure if my notes are accurate, but I believe the court actually.
Say it again.
I believe the court actually gives you.
I don't think I did. I didn't make a note that I did, and I usually wouldn't because it would have never gotten done in the week. So.
So again, I raised this issue at I raised bond at the last hearing. Again, I think the court can fashion some conditions of release that can guarantee his return to court in the state of the community. This appears to be an interpersonal issue, you can take it at face value. Last hearing we had, I gave the court a name of Mr. Thomas's sister, where you could go if the court would release him, and she would allow him to tether to that address. That was in order to stay away from the plaintiff in this case and the state of home in this case, I believe. There was already still place arraignment.
Correct.
So I think those things in conjunction, the combination of those things together, answer the stations and given the case.
Counsel, anything?
There's not been a change since last hearing. And we heard testimony that makes her, at least makes it more probable than not that this crime occurred. The bond was set before both of those hearings, now we have more facts. We do not think that a bond should be amended or changed. We would like to note that the people also believe, in addition to, my arguments last week, that he's a big danger to his family, his kid, and society at large. But there's a possible flight risk. We've been able to listen to jail calls, indicating that, if he were to get out, he's sell his property by the house north. We're worried about flight risk as well as the incident pressure of something. So we're asking for no change.
I come to play this office and continues to go back to that. Had evidence of calls that they are alleging to take the witness that they put on the record. I believe that should be a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Please turn it over.
I understand. So they're getting all this video discovery like the day before court, and it's hours upon hours of video.
Right.
I think a professional courtesy would be before we get to court, coming before this judge to say, hey, did you even get a chance to look at the stuff we sent you yesterday? And if so,
Had you been here on time, maybe that would have happened.
well, again, Your Honor, this email. And so before I get in here, I think that we're going to note, again, this late disclosure that I received from Congress. Then when they came across my notes and videos, it's yesterday. So I'm not even sure within the business office. Nonetheless, I did come before we this late, so I digress. But I'm asking the court to consider it. I don't, first of all, he hasn't properly said that's been documented, that's why he hasn't told it. There's nowhere for him to go, because the only place he had address that he had before, and the address that I told the court he can go to. Moreover, I think the chief is better device. Court will know exactly where he is and exactly where he's going, and then before we even put him on home confinement, I think that's better than having him sit in Wayne County Jail until this case comes to resolution.
Thank you, gentlemen. Bond stands. Good luck downtown.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. What's that?
That's it for today. Tomorrow is going to be Judge Stacia Buchanan. And I got to work on the schedule again. So, you all have a wonderful evening. Ciao, ciao, and ta-ta, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.
Come down to it all with your tools in hand, making magic flow. Every broken part, you help me grow. You fix it all, you fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's right. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. You make it better. From the wires tangled up to the broken dreams, you know how to man all my scattered seams. With your steady hands, you refill my heart. Every piece that's lost gets a brand new start. You fix it all, you fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's bright. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. Daniel, you make it better. Make it right. When the world shuts down, and I can't see clear, you're my solid ground, always drawing near. Never give up on this heart of mine. Put it back together every single time. Tall to all you do. From the highest peak, I can see it through. With your care and touch, everything's okay.